Sup nerds? You can tell I look very chill, very cozy, just chilling. As you guys saw by the title, hello, what did I say? Welcome back to my channel, guys. As you guys saw by the title, here's the thesis. At this moment in time, I don't 100% know what I'm titling this vlog, because we have options here. So one option is we're either attempting to finish my January TBR before obviously the end of the month, or we are just doing a kind of end of the month January reading diaries, because I definitely obviously want to finish my TBR before the end of the month, but also there are some other books that I really, really want to get to. Like I have some other books that I'm like, one I'm in the middle of, and then I definitely am debating. Actually, I want to tell you because if I don't do it, then that'll be disappointment. But there are a couple other books that I want to read as well. But we'll see like what I decide, what I'm in the mood for. We're gonna start off with some books on my TBR and then obviously go from there. But either way, I'm super excited. We'll talk. I'll tell you guys how many books I read so far on my TBR. And yes. First, if you guys like reading vlogs, if you guys like talking about books, if you guys like all the nerdy things, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get started. So for starters, I really wanted to do this video, but I was kind of waiting on some books. So first things first, I actually did already start Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. Now, technically, the third one's on my TBR, but I felt like it was a good substitution because obviously I have to read this one before the third one. And so I felt like you guys would be okay with that. We're still counting it. If I finish this, we'll call it completed, you know what I mean? I'm on chapter 4, and I'm really enjoying this, page 42. I'm enjoying this. It's so interesting, and so I'm hooked. So far, we've met, obviously, both characters. I can't remember his name. It's not Knox. Nash and Lena. And I'm interested because so far they're both like a little bit mysterious. Like he's going through so much and I'm just like, oh, I want to know. And so I love that because that obviously makes a book more entertaining when you want to know what's going to happen. And then she's also like, she's more mysterious. He's more like, you need to like dig the softy out of him. And so I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen. This is a very long book though, so it's gonna take me quite a bit to get through, but I at least started it, which I hadn't as of a couple days ago because I was very scared about this. So I feel like that's promising, so I definitely want to obviously get to that, finish that in this vlog. But also I've been waiting for the Wrath of the Triple Goddess by Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson and the Olympians to come on the Libby app as my Libby hold, and it finally just came today. So I think we're going to listen to that for a bit. I'm going to go ahead and borrow. Can I do it at the same time? No. Borrow. Imagine it's like, yeah, you lost your chance. Okay, go to shelf. I've been waiting for that for so long, and I only get it for 14 days. But it's fine. Hopefully we can listen to it then. It's a very short book. Let's see how long. The audiobook is 9 hours, but I usually listen to it on double speed. So, girl, that should not take me long at all. So I'm very excited about that. Those are the two top priorities. And then I have one other book on my TBR that we may potentially read. And then again, some other books that I was thinking about. I read so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the 8 books on my TBR so far. So 6, 7, 8, we only have 3 more. I'm like, we can do it. But, and now we can we're set up for success is all I'm trying to say. So yes, all those updates, but I'm probably gonna try to listen to the Wrath of Triple Goddess right now because I'm going on a short little trip this weekend, so I'm gonna try to pack and get myself ready, that kind of stuff, and then we should be good and golden. So yes, okay, I'll keep you guys updated. Good morning, guys. I literally just rolled out of bed, but I'm gonna go make a coffee and probably continue reading. So I wanted to give you a quick update. I think I only read like a chapter or two since the last time we talked about this book, so we won't talk about that one. But I did get like 70. I'm almost done with this book, The Wrath of the Triple Goddess. So I got to page 239. So I'm gonna try to just bang out the rest of this. So far I'm liking it. I just feel like it's not as, I feel like the more he comes out with the Percy Jackson world specifically, or the Percy Jackson like as the main character ones, it gets like cozier and cozier and less like high stakes, if you will. And so it's like interesting. Obviously, like this series is not supposed to be something like super crazy. He's not necessarily saving the world. He's trying to get recommendation letters for college. So this is his second quest, which will be his second recommendation letter. And his task, I'll just tell you, is to basically babysit animals. But obviously the animals, something goes wrong. So obviously there's like a story, but it's like, again, very like, okay. And so we'll see how it ends. I think that, like, you know, you kind of, if you are ever going to read these, you read it for the nostalgia feels, not necessarily for the substance. But this substance is really not substancing. So I don't know, but I'll keep you guys updated. Obviously, I just wanted to do that before I finished off the rest of the book. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated. But yeah. Hey guys. I really just look so tired. I didn't tell you that. So I had mentioned earlier that I was going on a weekend little trip. Well, what I was doing was I was going, my mom drove down to Oklahoma, long story short, and so I was along for the ride. But if you don't know, that's like a freaking 18-hour drive or something like insane like that, you know, like it's a lot of hours. And so we drove there and back all in like the same weekend. We were picking up my brother's stuff from college. Long story short, so I did listen to some of Percy Jackson on that trip, but that's why I look crazy. We got back last night and I just look like I've been traveling, you know. And so it's fine. Today has been the day for rest. Tomorrow will be the day of getting back into the group of things, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So anyway, today I did finish though. I did finish earlier The Wrath of the Triple Goddess, and I have to say, like, the ending is cute. It's fun. Like, they always give, like, not always, but this one and the one before this, I don't remember actually the OG Percy Jackson series, but this one ended where they kind of just give like a cute, fun, like, we'll be friends forever kind of thing. And I feel like this is crazy. But it was just super cute, and so I just really enjoyed it. I ended up going with 4 stars. Again, like, if you don't like the Percy Jackson world, I don't know if you would love this book necessarily. Like, if you're looking for a good fantasy, like, I would say maybe a little bit of romance, but not really, because Annabeth and Percy have been dating for years at this point, so it's really just like for the fantasy element. If you're looking for that, these are like Greek gods and the mythological stuff. And so if you're looking for that, obviously the Percy Jackson world is incredible. Like, start from the beginning and go from there. But I wouldn't necessarily say just read this like series here. No. I think you need to read the OG, then this will it feels a lot better when you get here, basically. And so these are just genuinely just a fun time. You know, it's nothing too deep, nothing too serious. It's just enjoyable. And so if you're looking, I said this earlier, I'll say it again because I feel like that's my final consensus. If you're looking for just some nostalgia, just for some chill action, a little bit of action, a little bit of like entertainment, like this is a great one. So 4 stars. Love that. Glad I read it. Glad it's off my TBR card. 1 book down, 2 to go, but wait, there's more. I actually did end up getting halfway in Things We Hide from the Light. Was smack dab in the middle. I'm so excited. It's chapter 26, page 289. And I'm really enjoying this book. Okay, in the beginning, I was like obsessed. Like the first like 40%, I'm not gonna lie, I was like obsessed. And then there was like right before halfway, crap hit the fan. And it's not my, it's like, here's the thing, like whatever comes next could make or break. Like it could, what happens next could change how I feel about right now. And so I still, like, if you have to ask me to rate it right now, I would still give it like 4.25 or something like that. Like I still really am enjoying it. It's just not my favorite the way I was feeling in the beginning, because in the beginning I was like, what is happening? Like so excited. I love, there's added mystery there's the added element of like mystery and like, what are you doing here? Like, what's the truth? Like, don't tell me lies. And then we get to a part where it's just like, come on, you guys are annoying now. So I'm hoping, well, we're definitely gonna have to obviously like reel it in, and this is the beauty of it, is that we technically still have half the book to reel it in, where normally you only have like 25% of the book left when you need to like fix stuff, and that's not always it's not, whatever, it just gets annoying when you read that in every book. So this one is a little different so far, and so far I'm enjoying it. This one, I read the first one. I actually loved the first one. This one again I'm enjoying so far, but I feel like there's always one out of the trio that someone doesn't like, and so obviously that only leaves this one or the next one that I'm not gonna like. And so I'm like, already so far, like I really doubt it'll drop that far. If let's say the rest of the book is like not my thing, I really doubt it'll drop like far enough that I'll hate it. So I'm like, now I'm like scared for the last one. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. Basically, if you don't know, Lena just is in town visiting her her friend Knox. Well, it just so happened that when she came to town, if you guys read the first book, something crazy happened right when she came to town, and it's a little suspicious, but you don't know why she's there yet. I know, but if you haven't read it, you're not told right away why she's there. But at the same time, Nash had like kind of went through something in the first book as well. All these things are tied together, I will tell you that. And but you know that from the jump. Anyway, so Nash is kind of just like struggling. You could tell he's like depressed and just like trying to, you know, work through his stuff and get his stuff act together. And so I love Nash so much, to be honest with you. And Lena's like, she's not my favorite like female main character ever, but she's cool. I'm like, there has to be one, you know, female main character that you don't love. It's a trio, you know? But yes, I'm enjoying it so far. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated. I think I'm gonna take a break for a little bit because I really want to watch some Love Island, the Love Island All-Stars. But obviously, I would keep you guys updated and hopefully finish this soon. And then technically, we only have 1 book left after, obviously, I finish this one. We'll only have 1 book left on my TBR. Anyway, sorry if you can hear that. I'll keep you guys updated. So I just finished Things We Hide from the Light. I ended up enjoying this book like a lot. I'm going with 4.5 stars. I was a little torn between 4.25, 4.5, but I have to say, like, the epilogues and stuff always get me, and so I had to go with 4.5. I just thought they were so fun, and I honestly was genuinely, I was thinking about, like, okay, like, what my negatives would be, or, like, what my, like, for lack of a better word, complaints would be, and I was honestly thinking, I was like, like, there was a moment there where I was like, come on, like, please just get over it and get back together. But I feel like those are normal, like, book emotions. I think the only, like, thing that I wish, like, I think this, like, Lucy Score in general, just, I don't know, I feel like this book specifically, though, was a little worse than the first one, as far as, like, just random people's stories getting put in here, and, like, things that you could have probably, like, if this book lost 100-something pages, I would have probably given it 5 stars, you know? But I feel like every character, every time someone gets introduced, you have to know their whole life story. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. And so that was annoying. That was one thing. The other thing was just Nash. I feel like he needed to do like, I would have liked a little bit more soul searching on Nash's part. We get a lot of Lena's kind of, like, soul searching, like, becoming a better person, or, like, overcoming some, like, what she's used to, but I feel like Nash doesn't really go through that kind of actual process, which I would have liked to see him in some more counseling. I would have liked to get, like, a little bit more of that, but honestly, other than that, I don't think there's anything else, because I really like the story, and you guys know I'm a sucker for, like, a good, like, mystery, like, added element romance in a romance, and so that's what this was. So it's a romance, but, like, they're basically trying to solve a crime, and I love it. I love it, in a very twisted way. In an indirect way, I should say, not twisted. They're trying to basically solve a crime, but, like, not in a direct way. But it honestly ends up being so good, and so I really enjoyed it. Again, 4.5 stars. But yes, I'm really nervous for the third one now, but now I'm excited. I don't know. I feel like there's not much you could say about this book, because first of all, you have to read the first one to know, like, what's going on, because the first one has all the chaos, and then this is kind of, like, solving the chaos. But I'm interested to read the third book, because we get a little cameo of Sloane, and they mention a scar on Sloane, and they're like, Sloane, like, it shows her bravery, and I was like, what are we talking about, huh? What are we talking about? So I'm interested to see what everyone's talking about. Oh, also, sorry, last thing about this book is that I didn't know was basically taking place in fall. Not basically, it takes place through fall. So they have mention of pumpkins and costumes and all that good stuff. And so I thought all of these, like, took place in spring because of the covers, but that is not the case. This is the covers. I won't tell you what they're for, but they have a meaning. This flower, well, I mean, I guess both the flowers have meanings. Both the covers have meanings. Both the flowers on the covers have meanings for the first 2 books. I'm going to assume the third one does as well, but just so you know, I didn't know. Okay, the last and final book on my TBR is Most of All You by Mia Sheridan. I'm nervous about this. This one, though, luckily you can get on Kindle Unlimited. I'm just nervous that it's going to be sad. A broken woman, a man in need of help, only love can mend a shattered heart. Oh, maybe it'll come, like, full circle, I don't know. So, like, I'll read the, like, last, there's 3 here, I'll read this one. It just says, Crystal and Gabriel never imagined that the world, which had stolen everything from them, would bring them a deep love like this, except fate will only take them so far, and now the choice is there. Harden their hearts once again, or find the courage to shed their painful past. I'm nervy, but I'll keep you guys updated, obviously, for sure. This book is only 340 pages, and looks like it's dual point of view. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Good morning. So I ended up getting halfway in Most of All You, and I am obsessed. If I had to rate it right now, I would give it 5 stars, and I'm gonna bet my bottom dollar that it's gonna stay a 5-star, but obviously we'll see. I don't know if you guys, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people have read like Archer's Voice, and so this is definitely a similar feeling where it's just so emotional. There are definitely moments that like hit me harder than others that are really sad, but honestly both of these characters have just gone through like honestly some of the worst things possible. And I don't want to tell you anything because I think that if you go into this blind, but kind of like knowing that it's gonna be emotional, knowing that you're gonna like have a lot of feelings, whether it's like you know, sadness or like empathy, it's gonna tug at your heart hard, but it's incredible. I just think she wrote the character's emotions so well, in my opinion. I just feel, it's not even like obviously I feel bad for them, I empathize for them, but I also like feel their feelings, you know? And so I'm just truly like obsessed, and so I'm gonna try to finish it today. But I just, oh my gosh, it's incredible so far. I'm so excited to see what happens. There are some banger lines in here. What? What? And honestly, I will tell you this though, if I don't know if you, so it's kind of like if Unwanted by Mia Sheridan and Archer's Voice had a baby. That is this book, because it's a little bit more of like a male main character. Well, I guess Archer's Voice is like that too, like a inexperienced like male main character, and this guy has his reasons, man, has his reasons, but we won't talk about that. And then a more like experienced female main character, and so it's just oh my gosh, it's horrible, but it's so interesting. And so again, I'm loving it, and I cannot wait for the end, like cannot. I hope everything turns out good. I hope they get happiness. That's all I want. So anyway, I will keep you guys updated, obviously. I feel like I don't even have to explain my emotions toward this book because you guys saw it. I had to recover. I filmed a makeup video because I was like, I need a little TLC right now because I was a hot mess, It just makes you feel all the feels, all the emotions, all the good things. And honestly, a lot of the tears were happy tears, or like, it wasn't like sad stuff, but it was like heartfelt stuff that really hit me in the soul. And so I was like, what? And a lot of it came out of nowhere. You know, crazy stuff happens, and I do not want, don't, please don't go into this knowing anything. Don't let anyone tell you anything, and go into it completely blind. Just know that I feel like, personally, if you liked the emotion and like the just like the sweet moments in Archer's voice, then you will love this freaking this book. And I don't know. I haven't read Archer's Voice in a long time, but I may even say I like this one a little bit more. But this one's a little bit older. You can tell it's a little bit older, like written. I don't know when she wrote it, but I'm pretty sure. The time in which what is that called? Time period in which she wrote this seems a little bit like older. And so I couldn't even ballpark what year I think. But like you can tell there's not like social media references or anything like that. Like it's a little bit different, you can tell, and so that's totally fine with me. I loved it. 5 freaking stars. Ate this up. Going to it completely blind. I honestly was thinking about unhauling this, and I'm so glad that I did not, because I would have been heartbroken if I did not read this. I don't know. Obviously I wouldn't have noticed, but knowing what I know now, I am so glad that I held on to this and I read this, because 5 freaking stars. This is my first 5-star book. First 5-star read of the entire year. Are you joking? Are you joking? Let's give a round of applause for Miss Mia Sheridan. She done it, and she always does it. She always does it. She always like does it, and I don't know why. I just have such like, I just don't buy her books that often. I have no idea, but like I have so many 5 stars from her because I loved, obviously, Archer's Voice. I really enjoyed. Travis, I loved. Falling for Gage, I also loved. Unwanted by Mia Sheridan. Like, dare I say she's a 5-star author, and I just don't really, she has plenty of books for me to pick up, so I need to keep my eye on it. I think there's one other book in this, like, kind of, so technically Archer's Voice is in the Pellion Spring series. Pellion, I think it is. So it's like Archer, Travis, and Falling for Gage. That's a series because they're all in the same small town. But I think she also puts it in like a series with Archer's Voice, Most of All You, and then this other book, More Than Words. And I think it's just like, I don't know what the relation is. I think it might just be like the heartfeltness. I don't know. Like the emotionalness. I have no idea. But I know that that counts as like another series as well. Like when you look on Goodreads and stuff. So there's a 3rd book in this one, which is called More Than Words, which I will probably pick up at some point. I'll have to like hold on to it until I'm emotionally ready to handle it. But 5 stars. So good. Quick recap. Honestly, not a quick recap. I'm just going to give you the ratings. I'm going to change this rating to 4.25 stars. I think 4.5 is a little generous, but I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was a great time. It's kind of like you have to like go, in my opinion. I kind of went into this book without a high expectation, and so I feel like obviously it met those expectations because they weren't very high to begin with, because I know some people hate this book, some people hate the 3rd book, you know, some people hate the 1st book, some people hate this whole series, and so I went in there like a little bit like it's just gonna be like Frolicking the Forest, la la la, but there was a lot of emotion to this, and so I really appreciate that. But I will go with 4.25, which it's not that far off from 4.5. Like genuinely, it's really not. It's just like in my heart I didn't feel comfortable being like 4.5 when I gave so many books 4.5 this month, and this one I feel like I liked just a smidge less than those. So we'll talk about all of those in my reading wrap up, but I ended up giving a little update or recap anyway, so there's that. And then Mr. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Wrath of the Triple Goddess. Also glad I got this, like I read this, got off my TBR card, because I would have just been building anticipation, and so I would have liked it even less if my anticipation was super high. But I ended up going with 4 stars. Again, enjoyable, just a fun time. If you have not read this, I don't know what you're doing. But that is all the books on my TBR. We completed all 8. Yes, all 8. Only one of them didn't make it into I'll tell you, why not? This is the only book that didn't make it into a reading vlog this month. This is Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. But I ended up reading book 1 and book 2. That's how excited I was. I ended up going with, I think, a 4.5 for this one. I'll put it on the screen if that's not true, but I'm pretty sure I ended up giving it a 4.5. There was like, it was just like slightly shy of a 5 star. I think what I noticed about this with book 1 and book 2 is that the beginning, there's so much of nothing happening for so long that you like start to enjoy just like them waking up and like going to work. And huh? There's not really much romance. This, like, they call it a slow burn, and this is slow burning, but like barely any action is happening. But then the ending takes you on a tailspin. Like, you are, oh my gosh, like, what? It goes crazy that you end up loving the whole entire book. But I was like, I can't give it a 5-star. I truly can't, because of the whole beginning. For most of the book, I was like, are we gonna go anywhere or not? But for some reason I kept coming back for more, and so 4.5, definitely recommend so far. The second book I ended up giving 4 stars, not that you care, we'll talk about it. I ended up getting 4 stars because the second book was like almost worse in that sense, where the whole beginning I was like, yo, be so for real, let's go. And then I won't tell you, but like the main girl was making me mad. She was making me mad. And so it was like 4 stars, but I'm excited to read the third one, which is going to be something I'm going to try to do ASAP Rocky, read the third one, because while it's all fresh in the brain. But yes, that is everything. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. A success, a month of success. I'm very excited. So that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, nerds.